Well, if you still have orbs after Choose Your Legends, this month we have a double special heroes banner. These have been swapping with the Legendary Remix banners each month, and they are dedicated specifically for rerunning seasonal units before their inevitable return a year after their launch. They have a starting 6% 5-star focus rate, and the non-focus rate is always 0%. We'll be briefly going over each of the 8 units available and discuss their valuable skills as well. We have 2 returning 4-star focus units. Valentines Alfonse and Plegian Raphael are back, but they will split that 3% rate, so do be aware of that. You can get them at 4-star and 5-star rarity. First up, the red group is double stacked, starting with Duo Valentines, Lif and Thrasir. The Gen 5 cavalry units certainly made a strong comeback for the class type, and Duo Lif has been a terror for many players. They are a red mage cavalier with high base attack and sort of okay defense and res with not the lowest speed either. Their tome is super strong. If Lif is within 3 spaces of an ally, he gets +6 to all stats, a follow-up attack, and cuts any damage percent or any percent damage reduction skills in half. The downside is that, like Mythic Lif, the nearest ally is going to take a hefty 20 damage penalty after combat. So this weapon makes Duo Lif pretty formidable. He may not be super fast, but the extra speed can help bypass very fighter type skills since he has that free follow up. The extra defense and res can also make it tougher to take him out first before his second attack lands. To complement this weapon, Lif will come with attack and defense push 4, low attack and res, and fatal smoke. Attack and defense push 4 and low attack and res are both good for improving Lif's defenses, and fatal smoke completely stops healing abilities. With Brave Erica bringing Surge Sparrow, fatal smoke's values continues to rise. Now I forgot to mention their dual skill. When activated, you deal out of combat damage to enemies within 3 spaces. The amount is equal to 10 plus 50% of the total amount of HP loss from your allies within 3 spaces. You can also apply -7 attack and speed for 1 turn. A bit of a tough dual skill to use effectively, but Duo Lif honestly doesn't really depend on it that much. Very strong mage cavalier, especially with all the damage reduction skills in the game. Now the reason I said red is double stacked is because we also have a harmonized hero, and it's harmonized Plegian, Dorothea, and Lene. This pair are a red flying mage with good attack and speed stats. The Fel Candelabra is a full-on support weapon, basically bringing chill attack, chill speed, chill defense, and chill res all at once. Harmonic Dorothea is a dancer, and her harmonized skill grants another refresh to allies within 2 spaces. Kinda like Brave Marian's special, except it only works on units from 3 houses or genealogy of the Holy Ward. It will also grant resonant shields, which is just +4 defense and res during combat. So Harmonized Dorothea is a dancer with a second dance ability on hand. Very powerful, but the game restrictions are a hindrance. For passives, Dorothea and Lene bring Swift Impact, Firestorm Dance, and Attack and Speed Rain. Attack and Speed Rain is great for flyers that want to take less damage while winning those speed checks. Firestorm Dance grants extra attack and speed for your danced allies. As for Swift Impact, it grants +7 speed and +10 res while preventing a follow-up attack on initiations. If you want this impact skill, only Harmonized Dorothea has it at the moment. Overall, red group is the clear winner this month, no questions asked. Moving on to the blue group, we have Plegian Katarina. She's a blue flying mage with good attack and one of the highest base speeds in the game, only losing out to Freya. We have a couple Plegian weapons this banner, but the Fel Flame Blue is the best of them all. It accelerates specials and has the Plegian effect against all 4 stats. For those not aware, the Plegian effect basically takes debuffs on the enemy and doubles them. If they had a -7 attack debuff, Plegian weapons inflict -7 attack in combat and also add another -5 in addition. That's a total of -19 attack, which is devastating, and Katarina can apply this to all 4 stats, unlike most Plegian weapons. While Plegian weapons were seen as pretty strong, you need those debuffs first, and they have a solo condition. They came out before the Menace skills did, but once those launched, the value of these weapons definitely went up, assuming you paired them together. We also got Gunther's Refine this year, and boy, her and Katarina would make a very scary combo. Now for other skills, Katarina has attack and speed solo 4, chill defense and res, and attack and res rain. While rains are always nice flyer options, again the Menace skills just fit the Plegian weapons perfectly. They aren't a must, but they're great options. If you like debuffs, Plegian Katarina is a great unit to have. Next we have Years Velouria. She's a blue beast infantry unit with a pretty good spread of stats, high speed, good attack, and decent defense with low 20 res. Her renewed Fang is all the special cooldown, it accelerates specials, and if her support partner is within 2 spaces, Velouria gets +1 special charge per attack. Velouria will also grant +1 special charge per attack for her support partner if they're within 2 spaces. So, like Brave Lucina, Velouria grants that same powerful steady breath type special cooldown reduction. The main difference is that Velouria only gives it to 1 ally. However, she gives this effect to any unit type, and it works for the player phase too, unlike Brave Lucina. You can make some fun combos with tankier mages or dragons, or just ease the pressure of not needing the new Steady Breath Sacred Seal. For Velouria herself, she gains that same increased special cooldown charge, and as a beast infantry, she gains plus 10 damage on special procs. She has distant counter to retaliate with soul, which will instantly be charged after one hit. She can do this with any 3 cooldown special. Velouria also has no follow-up since she's pretty fast as well. If you don't want to utilize her support abilities, DC plus no follow-up is a sweet fodder combo. The blue group is another solid color to summon on, 2 unique units, and a pretty decent selection of skills. Moving on to the green group, we have Valentines Alfonse. He's a green armored mage with not the lowest speed, but he's still sort of min-maxed around it. Alfonse comes with the Amity Blooms Plus, which is an inheritable tome that inflicts -5 attack and res, and heals for 4 HP on hit if you're within 2 spaces of an ally. I've been raving about the Valentine's tomes all year because they are by far the best defensive inheritable tomes. -5 attack is the same as +5 defense and res, and since you get extra damage plus some healing, I would rate these way better than these Serpent tomes. They are super easy to use, can work on the player phase, and have lots of build options as well. Now for other skills, Alfonse has defense and res form 3 and bold fighter. Possibly the easiest way to get bold fighter besides spending divine codes. Alfonse is the only unit with defense and res form, and while it's not the most insane defensive A skill, it's not bad for cheaper builds. Overall, Valentines Alfonse is great for fodder and can be a fun merge project if you really want to go hard for copies. Next we have Plegian Tharja. She's a green flying mage with high attack and speed and low defense and res. Her Plegian Torch Plus is just like Katarina's weapon, minus faster specials, and it only works on attack and res debuffs. So, with the past 2 Grand Hero Banners, we've been sort of making fun of the lack of inheritable red tomes. In comes this banner with possibly the top 2 inheritable green tomes around. As mentioned, Plegian weapons are powerful, but the necessity of debuffs and the solo condition do require some work. With attack and res menace, you can hit both stats for the Plegian Torch, and well, the enemy is going to have a very bad time if that combo lands. The lack of speed debuffs does hurt a faster mage like Tharja, but the large amount of attack debuffs you can accumulate will help her lower defensive stats. For other skills, Tharja does bring extra speed with Swift Sparrow 3 and Speed and Res Rain, while Surge Sparrow grants +1 attack over Swift Sparrow 3 and has the healing effect. As a reminder, Surge Sparrow is restricted to melee units. Swift Sparrow 3 isn't going anywhere for ranged attackers. For your faster flying mages or dragons, Speed and Res Rain is still a fantastic option. The green group is really good if you want some inheritable green tomes. We did just get Luthier, and while he's a faster green mage, you can also run these 2 weapons if you really wanted. Last, we have the colorless group, starting with Plegian Raphael. The big man is a colorless armored archer, which is a pretty scary class type. He has insanely high base attack, high HP and defense, and actually has more speed than Alfonse. Raphael will, however, have a pretty low res stat for an army unit. He will come with the Plegian Bow Plus. Like the Plegian Torch, this only affects attack and defense debuffs. Plegian Bow has a fierce competitor with the Spendthrift Bow Plus. Both do similar jobs, however the Spendthrift Bow has that special penalty, but it can be used next to allies. The Plegian Bow has a higher ceiling if debuffs are in play, but you must be all by yourself, which can be an issue for an army unit like Raphael. Still, it's a really strong weapon when you get it going. For passives, Raphael has odd follow-up. These aren't that bad for only B skills. Every odd turn you're going to get a follow-up attack, and you're going to prevent a follow-up attack. Can be quite annoying when it works. Raphael will also have attack smoke, which is there to proc Plegian Bow. While Raphael starts with a fun weapon, he can easily run other scary armored archer builds. The good old Brave Bow plus Bold Fighter build is hilarious, and we got other defensive builds like Winter Felix's Reindeer Bow. Last unit for today is Years Plumeria. She's a colorless flying archer, also with high base attack. She has low speed and defense, but high resistance. Very unusual stat spread. Plumeria is a dancer, and she keeps her Sweet Dreams assist skill from her mythic form. Her danced ally will get +3 to all stats, and she inflicts -4 to all stats on the closest foe. For her first stream bow, Plumeria is going to get +4 attack to allies within 3 spaces. She also inflicts -4 attack on foes within 3 spaces. This debuff will overlap with attack and defense range, so any foes within 2 spaces of Plumeria are going to lose -8 attack total, and that can help other allies in their own battles. Now for Close Ward, this is an A skill that grants +5 attack and res when mages, healers, or dragons initiate combat. It also lets range units counter dragons and will disable adaptive damage. Close Ward is very niche, which is probably why only Years Plumeria has it. Its main benefit is allowing super high res range units to counter dragons. If you don't really think that's worth it, then Mirror Stance 3 is probably better. For Plumeria, she can be a fierce magic damage tank in addition to being a dancer. She has quick repose for her own healing power, but like Raphael, you could also just have fun with something like a Brave Bow. The Colorless group has some odd skills, but both units can be quite fun to use. That's going to be it for this month's Double Special Heroes banner. I spent my orbs on CYL, which I will share the fruits of that very soon. But if you want to save up, we still have the Legendary banner at the end of the month. We also got the next seasonal banner for September coming up, and that should be this year's Dancer banner. In addition, the Book 5 launch banner with Regan is returning. That one had Regan plus Duso, Secret Stone Selena, and Natasha. This banner has some pretty nice units if you still have orbs though. Let me know your thoughts on this banner and the units, and good luck if you are gonna summon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.